Pretty narrow road getting up in here. Bumpy. There's a whole bunch of movies filmed up in this town. I couldn't tell you the name of all of them other than I know that there was. Well, we're here at the Grafton Cemetery, and it tells a whole bunch of stuff here about it and how rough it was. It's back in the 1860s. It said there was a short period where 14 people died from all different reasons. But there'd be some old headstones in here from 1860. Well, at least the gate's easy. Yeah, see here, this headstone's 18. George Washington Gibson, born in the year 1800, died 1871. Mary Ann Sparks, wife of G.W. Gibson, born in 1802, died in 1871. This one's not readable. This one's not readable. This one's born 1875, died 1878. 3 years old. Ooh, this one looks old. 1859. That just looks old. It's like wood and cement. That is old. This one's the same way. Hunt. 1851. Wow. Let's see what else. Let's just walk around a little bit. We got one that's kind of caged in over here. I love these old wooden ones. See, there's a bunch of Yorks here. That one's York. York, 1860. John William York, 1855. I think that's what that says. And some of these tombstones are newer. This one was 1799 to 1864, but somebody's put a newer stone to mark the old grave. Born 1846. And there's some old stones there that's got some initials. I.N.D. Wiley, like Indiana Wiley, son of Poincum and Mary Paiute Satia, 1883 to 1897. Sounds kind of Indian. And he lived to be 14. Plus, son of Poincum and Mary Paiute, born 1887. So this is all, they got all the Indians in the back. That's what they've done. Poincum, 1847 to 1905. Oh, IND's Indian. Indian Hokum. Okay. So they got all the Indians in the back of the graveyard. Oh, it took me a second just to figure out what the IND was. It's Indian. Cedar Pete, 1830, died in 1890. Cedar Pete, he must have been something. he got a special headstone.
Well, after I got home, I did a little research on Google, and I actually found a tiny little bit about Cedar Pete. He actually was something. This is the only known picture of Cedar Pete. He's the one on the far left. He's leading the horses. The fella on the horse is one of the Wileys. Well, he's one of the kids that were buried in the cemetery there. And the lady on the far right, she's also in the cemetery. All these people in this picture are buried in that cemetery, but it's the only known picture. But let me show you something else here. I found a little article about his funeral. It said he had a 3-day funeral, and Indians from as far away as Cedar City and Kanab came to the funeral. He was an important Indian leader, and the Indians gave him an impressive service, accompanied by a terrible racket, much to the dismay of all the settlers. So they had a hell of a party, apparently, when Cedar Pete went. And finally it came time to put Cedar Pete in the grave, and before they buried him, they killed his pony, the one you saw in the picture there. They killed him and put him in the grave along with some blankets and moccasins and cooking utensils. The townspeople wanted to know, why did you do that? And the Indians said that Cedar Pete would need all of these items in the happy hunting ground. So I just thought I'd add to that to my video. Well, I got the picture here of him with his horse, and I was just, after reading that article, I was thinking they'd have to dig a pretty daggone big hole to put him and that horse in. And then how would they do that? Would they put him like on the horse like he was riding the horse when he was in the hole? Or would they just throw the horse in the hole and then throw the guy in the hole? What do you think they'd do?
I don't know, probably throw him in the hole.
Throw him in the hole. But what if he just landed in the hole and he looked like he was humping the horse? Would you cover him up that way? I mean, what would you do then?
Well, happy hunting grounds.
Wow, we haven't even gotten to the ghost town yet. This one looks old. 1891. I don't know if you can read that. I think the sun might be just about right the way you can see it, because it's barely on the stone. Memory of Losham Russell, June 1840. So anyway, let's get on down. That's pretty cool. Old graveyard.